What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Juan back with another video. Here's how I made $689 in roughly 3 minutes trading the Nasdaq this morning. Without further ado, let's get right into the fucking charts and show you how I made money today. Okay, quick and simple. Caught this short position and caught this long position. I actually had a bearish bias coming into market open. I'll explain why I took this long position. However, but on the higher time frames, I knew price had created this massively hourly gap here, this bearish gap on the 1 hour and also on the 4 hour. So I definitely paid attention to that, right? 4 hour and 1 hour, we have this wick and this wick, this massive gap in between. I know price could rebalance back up into this gap and then completely reject from there, which is exactly what we did. So I paid attention to that. Why I took these longs was because all through Asia and London, we actually created bullish PD arrays right around here. Here we created a 5 minute bearish PD array that I was kind of paying attention to. It ended up actually getting respected, but we actually formed this 15 minute. I was hoping if this 15 minute held, we would attack these equal highs, also being London's highs. So I was open to long at the beginning if I would have seen that. But overall, I still had a bearish bias considering we dumped 200 points yesterday, and we definitely had a higher time frame market structure shift, a shift of trend per se. So far, I know a lot of guys thought this was yesterday was just going to be a retracement to then continue going to all time highs. You can't just always think that. Okay, you need to always be adaptable and reactive to price. If once I saw that these London highs got edged, they never even got edged, honestly, just they never really got hit. And once I noticed the longs were not the play, I switched my bias entirely to bearish, which is the initial bias that I had, and I made myself available and collectively flew with the group in the exchange, which is what most people should do. Okay, never marry a bias, all right, because you can just be wrong. Okay, and if you have risk management, you can be wrong, survive it, go towards the right draw on liquidity, and bank. It's that simple. You do need to have good risk management, and you can't be an idiot. That's for sure. So London's highs. This was my draw on liquidity initially. My mistake on this trade, guys, to keep it fully transparent, was I need to be careful with fucking jumping the gun too quick right at market opening, right? Because this shit can happen, right? I see this momentum up. I'm not waiting for candles to close. All this was a fat wick to bait me and bait buyers into thinking we're gonna just attack these London highs, and they just wicked the fuck down, respected bearish PD arrays, and showed me the true direction, invalidating this 15 minute bullish fair value gap and just completely running towards London's lows. Okay, the overall time frame it's no longer bullish, so I was like, okay, that could happen. I was aware of that. My mistake was, as I said, jumping the gun too quick and entering at this wick. Okay, I should moving forward always wait for at least 931. Wait for the first initial manipulation right at opening, that crazy breakout to just happen. Okay, wait for maybe a retracement, and then you can pull a trigger. I didn't do that and got stopped out with like a fucking, yeah, like a 9 to 10 point stop. I lost like $300. However, when I got stopped out, I noticed this massive CISD to the downside, and that's when I entered with one contract somewhere here, and then I saw displacement, which is what I want to see. I know I'm entering already off an inverse for value gap of this 15 minute. I know already that we are pretty bearish on the lower time frames and that we are respecting this hourly gap, that we formed this hourly bearish gap. I know already we can just reject from there and attack London's lows. So I already have those confluences, so that higher time frame confluences. What am I doing? Let me align the lower time frames with the higher time frames. Okay, got stopped out here, created a massive 1 minute CISD, entered here. Don't you guys might call it revenge trading. This is not revenge trading whatsoever. Okay, it's admitting you're wrong. It's managing risk like a professional and allowing yourself to have room and objectivity to then secure the real move and the real direction towards the next round of liquidity. That's all I truly fucking did. Okay, massive 1 minute CISD, enter with two contracts here. At the beginning, I entered with one somewhere here at this massive CISD, and I have my stop right above this potential imbalance that we created here, right here. This 1 minute bearish FEG. And then when I saw displacement, a lot of displacement, a lot of momentum, I added another contract because I was very, very certain and had a lot of conviction that we were just going to end up smacking London's lows. And what I did was went in with two contracts, scale one contract here at London's lows, and I let the remaining move run. Okay, the remaining contract run. Took one contract off here, and took the rest right around here. Okay. Why? Because I know that we still had previous day's lows right now here that we probably could just melt towards, and I just wanted to just squeeze a bit of more extra points on the XFA. And yeah, I caught it entirely. 34 points, making 686 dollars in a couple minutes. Okay, and the performance stats are right back up, right back up. Definitely can't get mad at that. Definitely not complaining at that. Good win rate so far. I believe I'm one day away from a payout because I had a 131 day, which was pretty gay, but fuck it. We're still in here. We're still in here. Yeah, previous day's lows got completely edged, but why do I give a fuck, right? I already caught 34 points. I already had the right bias, and I already went for a 1 or 2 continuation model towards London's lows, which is my model, which is what I do. Okay, so I'm not fucking crying at that. I'm not mad at that. $686. You guys know I'll take that any day of the fucking week. Okay, took it today. I'll take it tomorrow. That's how I made money today, boys. Very simple, very quick day. 101, 1 or 2 continuations. You guys know the model. You guys know the drill. Without more bullshit, let's get to the gym. Let's journal and let's keep trading. Keep enhancing as traders. Keep improving as traders. Keep journaling and print monumental wealth out of these charts. Okay. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.